This is a Scat Stroker Series 9331 Rotating Assembly, and this is going to appeal to those pushrod 5-liter owners out there that are looking to punch their 302 out to a 331 in a relatively inexpensive way. A kit like this takes a lot of the guesswork out of assembling an engine, and this kit will come with a 9000 series lightweight cast crankshaft, forged Eyebeam connecting rods, forged flat top pistons, a main bearing set, rod bearing set, and a piston ring set. This kit is going to be a great option for someone looking to build a naturally aspirated street strip performance build. Compression ratio with this kit will change depending on your cylinder head combustion chamber. I'm going to give you guys a range, but I'll have more info on that later on. And this is an unbalanced kit, so you will need to have it balanced before install or operation. You can do that with a 28-ounce harmonic balancer and a 28-ounce flywheel. I probably don't have to tell you guys this, but the install for a kit like this is a full 3 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter. So a stroker kit is all about increasing the stroke of a piston in the engine, which increases the displacement of the engine and allows it to generate more horsepower. In other words, the piston will travel further up and down, and it's a relatively quick way to increase the displacement of an engine and give more room for more air and more fuel. The cubic inch measurement of the engine refers to the amount of air that can be moved every 2 revolutions. This is a 331 kit, so your standard 302 will move 29 cubic inches more, which gives you a 9.6 increase. Now, of course, your exact power gains will strongly depend on your setup and what other mods you have, so I can't really throw a power number out there because of that. And speaking of other mods, I have to circle back around to that compression ratio with this kit. Your exact compression ratio will depend on your cylinder heads and the size of the combustion chambers and heads. If you go with a set of 58cc heads, the compression ratio will be 10.4 to 1, 64cc heads will give you 9.7 to 1, and 70cc heads will give you 8.9 to 1. So in case you didn't catch on to that, the larger the combustion chambers in the heads, the lower the compression ratio will be. That's something you definitely have to keep in mind with this kit, since it is going to have a huge impact on your end results. So if you want a high compression ratio build, say to keep things NA or for nitrous, you'd want to stick with heads that have smaller combustion chambers. But if you're thinking about a forced induction build, you might want to consider going with a lower compression setup, so you need a set of cylinder heads with larger combustion chambers. If we look at this kit in more detail, and we'll start with the crank, this is the Scat 9000 series crank. This is a cast crankshaft, but it's lighter than the factory crankshaft with a different design to it. It's designed after Scat's custom billet crankshaft. It has lightning holes in all of the rod journals and arrow wing counterweights, as well as straight shot chambered oil holes in all of the rod journals. And all of the journals have a large radius. It's also been precision ground and micro polished too, to exact tolerances, so it's all ready for install. Next, you have Scat's Pro Stock Eyebeam 4340 forged connecting rods, and these are a brushed pin design, and of course, longer than the factory rods. The factory rods are about 5.09 inches long, and the new rods in this kit are 5.4 inches long, so you can see where part of the difference in the piston stroke will be coming from. The lightweight Eyebeam design helps with horsepower and with faster RPMs. These come to you 100% ready to install, and they have ARP 12-point cap screws and a doweled cap for specific cap to rod alignment, which is a nice little upgrade. The last main component will be the forged flat top pistons, which will include your piston rings and pins. Of course, these are a big upgrade over your stock pistons. They are 30 over, so you might need to factor in some light machining or honing. And lastly, still in the packaging, you have your rod and main bearings, so you get a complete kit from Scat that you know will work together. When it comes to price, you're looking at just over $900 for this kit. Now, this is very affordable in my opinion, especially when you consider what you're getting here with this stuff being both upgrades and being a complete kit. This kit will help you push the limits of the 5-liter block and give you a much more hardy setup. I do have to caution you though, keep in mind the limits of the 5-liter. But I'm sure your tuner will help you with all of that. Scat also has a 347 kit that is much like this kit here, or you could pick up a 331 or 347 forged assembly if you really wanted to splurge. As far as the install goes, this is a full 3 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can expect it to take anywhere from 1 day to a few days, depending on your experience and your tool availability, and also on any machining work. This is something that a lot of people would take to a shop to install, just because it is complex. You have your complete teardown and rebuild of the entire bottom end to consider, So if you're not really an engine builder, that might be your best bet. That's going to wrap things up for the Scat Stroker Series 9331 Rotating Assembly. You can check it out more online right here at AmericanMuscle.com.